Today on Concrete Combat, two teams will brave the Concrete Coliseum's toughest challenge yet.
Damn it, they wanted us to sweat. They got that accomplished.
So far in our tournament, we've seen teams scramble to rise to the occasion and some be pushed to their breaking point.
This suspense is killing me.
But for this round, we decided to step it up a notch. Both teams will face a challenge unlike anything they've ever experienced before. Which team will claim a spot in our semifinals, and which team will be forced to step off? To find out, let the Concrete Combat begin. Hey folks, Brittany Goodwin here. Welcome to the Concrete Coliseum. Blood is thicker than water. You've heard the saying before, of course. And while it is biologically true, yes, whomever penned that phrase clearly never considered what happens when you mix some concrete with that water. Regardless, the sentiment behind the saying, that family ties are stronger than any other, still rings true. However, that's in the real world. Does the saying still apply in the heat of competition? Is it family you want by your side when you march into the most intense battle of your life? Or would you prefer a best friend? Today on Concrete Combat, we'll see which bonds can withstand the pressure. It's a buddies versus brothers battle in this challenge for the ages. And now, introducing our challengers. Up first, we have the Davila brothers, Israel and Jonathan.
My name is Israel Davila. I'm the Vice President of the Bearded Craftsmen Incorporated.
My name is Jonathan Davila. I'm the president, and what I own is the Bearded Craftsmen, Inc.
And in this corner, good friends Mike Hill and David Rose.
Damn, look at this, man.
Yeah, you ready? Name's David Rose, title is President. I work at Rose & Son Decorative Concrete.
My name is Mike Hill. I am Vice President, Rose & Son Decorative Concrete. As I'm walking into the Concrete Coliseum, I'm not knowing what to expect, but when I see the whole thing, I'm like, damn, this is the real deal, man.
Welcome, competitors. Today, we are getting our challenge off the ground with a competition that is sure to make you want to step up your game. Remove your tarps.
Good God, man.
When I pull off that tarp and I see those stairs, I was just thinking, oh, can I say?
I'm thinking like these steps should be thrown in a trash can. I mean, they were really beat up pretty bad. So, I mean, I knew we had a big challenge.
That's right, today's challenge is step damage repair. Chips, cracking, constant weathering, these things can bring even the grandest staircase down over time. Your task today will be to restore two nearly identical concrete stairs to their former glory. You'll have a set amount of time to complete this challenge, and the overall cost of your fixes will be factored into your final scores. I'm looking forward to seeing who climbs closer to claiming the title of Concrete Combat Champion. And your time starts now.
Let's do it.
Yo, I'm gonna bring you stuff.
You got that? I got this?
Yep.
And introducing our judges. Mike Day of Day's Concrete Floors. Josh Lloyd, Senior Engineer for SGS TEC Services. And Dirk Tharp, our Sacree concrete expert.
They're gonna be hustling to try to get it done in under an hour. Yeah, I think so.
Trying to get it done in an hour is it's squeezing it pretty close.
On a normal job site, you could stand back and look at it and say, hey, I gotta touch this up, touch this up. We didn't have that kind of time. We didn't have that luxury.
We got one team over here mixing already.
I'm the engineer of the group here. I'm gonna start with the mixing process, sort out the materials that we're gonna use.
All right, bonding agent.
And get going on bonding and fixing that f***ed up corner. That is an absolute disaster that has to be tackled right away, and it's gotta be tackled in layers.
You want me to go after that big one first, right, Mike?
Yeah, I've got this. I got pea gravel reinforced right now.
The product that we choose to use on this repair is fast setting cement patcher. Because we knew we could build that up from like 1/2 inch to 4 inches with the introduction of pea gravel.
Where's that bonding agent? One there, but we don't need it though.
You sure?
Yeah, we don't need it though.
Well, as we start, I wanted to plan to just wet down those little areas first to kind of get them a little moist so that way we can stick the concrete to it and give it something to adhere to.
They're going ahead and pre-applying a slurry coat
using all of them or they're using the concrete repair. We'll see how that works.
The products I choose to use is the concrete repair and the all-purpose cement mix. They're a fast setting product, so we figured that was the best time for the hour that we had to try to tackle that in the fastest way possible.
There's not necessarily anything wrong with the way they're doing it. I mean, mixing up a slurry, forcing it into the pores.
Making sure we get,
And they're priming basically with the slurry.
If we're talking in terms of cost, I assume using the primer is going to make your overall cost a little bit higher.
It will, yeah, a little bit higher.
Well, I mean, the big thing is making sure that we get a good bond surface there.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, Dirk, just so we can kind of get a better vantage point of what's going on, you want to head out into the field and let us know how they're doing?
I'll head out there. What'd you mix up your slurry coat with?
The concrete repair?
Concrete Repair Pro Mix?
Yes, sir.
Are you guys using that for all of the damage repairs?
We're gonna use it for most of it. We're probably gonna use the all-purpose to throw a skim over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get the big ones with that stuff and then skim it over.
All right. See you in a little bit later in the competition. So you guys are putting something on there. What are you doing?
We're going 50% bonding and 50% water, just to make sure it adheres.
So it's like a primer.
It's like a primer, yep.
Good deal,
Exactly.
good deal. Well, everything's looking good, guys. I'll leave you alone and let you get started. Continue on.
How's it going, Mike?
It's all right, it's sticking. It may be a little bit loose, but how you boys doing over there, Davilas?
We're doing good.
Doing all right. How you doing over there?
Don't know, we'll know here shortly.
At least we're not in the sun right now.
Yeah. I got pea gravel in there to reinforce it. Is that gonna bond?
Yeah, it'll bond. You gotta make it stiffer.
To fix something like that, you have to do it in layers because each layer has to bond to each other. So you have to time it almost perfectly to where it's still gonna get a good bond, but it's still workable.
And you got gravity working against you. I mean, you throw a big blob up there that weighs 5 or 6 pounds, it's gonna fall on the floor.
So it's a timing thing and it's a physical finishing type thing.
Is it setting up yet?
No, not really.
I chose to use bonding agent in with the material on this challenge because I knew we were going to take it down to a level where this product really wasn't designed.
Do you want pea gravel in this next one, Dave?
Yeah, because this is what because we need it for that monster
piece.
patch.
I need to make this drier.
Outside in the field, patchwork is the first thing we're gonna do. So he was working on the biggest piece. So I knew that these little patches I could easily just go over one time. Patch as many holes as possible, give him enough time to do what he has to do in my process, help him alongside. That corner piece is what's making me nervous because I know it needs time to set. We're trying to get familiar with the material. We're debating whether do we use a form, do we not use a form. We're looking at our competitors and what they're doing. So definitely main priority was that corner, but alongside of that, making sure that I patch every nook and cranny that I have to patch.
What made me nervous about this challenge is not being able to produce a product as perfect as we always try to because we're under such tough time constraints, and that was nerve-wracking for me.
This stuff really needs to be almost like clay so you can mold it, you know?
Going into this challenge with these stairs, my #1 priority is keeping up with this old man because he works like a freaking crazy Tasmanian devil. And as long as I could keep him fed with material, I knew everything was gonna be okay.
I mean, it'll sit on there if you just give it a second, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You got something else to mix it for this other stuff?
I'll figure it out.
With the brothers, you know, it's like they don't even really verbally communicate that much. They just kind of seem like they took their pads and they're just working on their individual tasks, but it seems to be working for them.
Yeah, I mean, they just don't even need to talk to each
That
other.
silent bond.
Normally when we do jobs like that, we'll know what we have to do, so we just kind of do it. And you know, if we need to talk and communicate with each other, we do, but we normally just get to what we need to do and that's it.
As brothers, we vibe so well that I can see his next move. What can I do to help him out? If he says, yo, off, I got this, then I gotta go and let him do it. But if I can help, or vice versa, then we figure it out together.
And then they haven't tackled any of the smaller stuff that they've primed.
No.
Really focusing on that big chunk, though.
Yeah, they're trying
Dirk,
to get
you want to
that.
head back out?
Yeah, I'm
Take a
gonna
look?
take another quick look. It's like it's holding pretty good.
Starting to.
Teamwork in that one or gonna do that by yourself?
do this one by myself while he's mixing for us. You can keep him mixing, bring him in material.
Mike, what consistency you making there, bud?
I'm trying to make it like a putty, almost just like a natural clay. It's just super water sensitive. A little bit goes a long way here, and I got it a little wet.
Yeah, I might need to make that little form though.
You're doing your general patching with the Pro Mix all-purpose cement mix.
Yes, sir.
What consistency you going for, man?
Kind of like clay.
A little bit on the drier side, right?
A little bit, not too much, but yeah, kind of in between.
Is batch all right?
Yeah.
Looks like we got some forms going on here.
One of the brothers is using all-purpose cement mix to do all the thin patching. Meanwhile, his brother is making a form to start building in the mass, and they're going to use Pro Mix concrete repair.
Done with those forms?
Yeah, I need to just sponge them.
He's free-forming using fast-setting cement patcher. He extended it with pea gravel. That material's designed to go 1/4 of an inch up to 2 inches. But that's a big piece, so they had to put pea gravel in it so it would hold together.
I've tried both methods, even with the trowels. You got to stand there and hold it, and then slowly let it go and see if it's going to sag. Or even holding it by hand, you know, free form for a little bit until you feel like it's not going to sag. It does take a little time.
They're doing it kind of like a sculpting approach.
Yeah.
Fast setting is super hot. I just use 2 trowels as my form.
Yeah.
It's slick, it's done. So I don't know what they're beating themselves.
I don't know if we need any more pea gravel on that.
You want me to try to pack it by hand?
Yeah. Maybe grab a margin trowel and we just both hammer this.
Damn it, they wanted us to sweat. They got that accomplished.
Competitors, you have 30 minutes left.
Oh, hell, we're good.
Keep working,
No,
halfway
come on,
there.
go.
We'll be fine. Calm down, old man.
Patience, baby.
Be right back. What are you rubbing with?
Sometimes you need to use the tools that God gave you. My hand.
I didn't mean that. I mean, what's the
This is this fast-setting cement patch.
You're using these.
I'm using the God-given margin trowel.
Yeah,
That's right. It's a sponge, it's a margin trowel, it's flat trowel, all in one.
Let me check on our other team. Same strategy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the all-purpose I think we're gonna do is like to skim with.
So basically, you're using that for thicker purposes. You're going with concrete repair, is that right?
Yep.
So you found that one works good at it'll take all the different consistencies. Is that what you're finding?
Yeah, we're just using that one material that fills in the deepest gaps, and we could use that same one to fill in the small ones. And then we're gonna use the all-purpose just to kind of skim over it. We got time.
Looks like you're trying to keep it inside there, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna float it over as it dries. But
Yeah.
Calm down.
I'm calm.
No, you're not. We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go.
So now he's feathering in his patch material with a sponge, making sure it's all flush.
But is that fast-setting cement patcher as well?
I think that's all they've been using so far. You think that's a strategy to keep the cost down?
I think in the name of speed, they've just forgotten everything. All right, so I'm gonna take advantage. I'm gonna ask the chief engineer one question. Can I take a material that's designed to do a specific thing, A to B, and just use it any way I want to?
Yeah, you can, but it'd be the wrong thing to do.
Oh,
it'd be the wrong thing to do.
So that clears that up. It's kind of interesting because everything looks kind of the same. It's like powder. But the truth is there's different types of sand sizes. The materials are right there. They just aren't using them. We got feather edge top and bottom. We've got fast setting cement patcher, 1/4 inch up to 2. They're very different formulations, but together they would solve everything over there. You're not allowed to just do willy-nilly what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
I'll be right back. I just need to look at that step, see what's happening. It's coming around now.
Yeah, we're getting there. Up more shot.
It's tightening up and getting sharp for you.
Yep.
No forms at all. You did that freehand, if I'm correct.
Yep.
All right, I'm not gonna with your masterpiece right there. Okay.
That is becoming a sculpture. Good job.
It's looking a little better.
Yeah, it is, definitely. And you're using all-purpose cement mix for your rubbing?
is that what we're going to mix?
The red one?
Yeah, the We're using the blue one right now, the concrete repair.
Yeah.
You are over there.
Yes.
What are you rubbing with?
We got the same mix, but I'm just adding a little water.
Making a little slurry.
And the idea was to do a skim on it, but I don't know if we're gonna
We got it.
Everything going to plan?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was there a plan?
Y'all have a plan?
As much as we could have.
Theirs looks pretty damn good, dude.
He's gonna have all those stairs repaired here in a pretty quick amount of time.
I looked over at them and they got a lot done in a short time. Man, we gotta push harder.
They got freaking everything patched. It's looking good. I'm like, we're f***ing. So, I mean, both of us are kicking it into another gear, just saying, let's go.
Put a little pressure right in the middle. That's pretty damn close.
It is surprising from what it looked like a few minutes ago, how sharp it is now.
I don't know, they might think they're pretty tight on time over here. These guys, it doesn't seem to be bothering these guys at all.
These guys are going as fast as they can to do a complete sponge coat with bonding agent. These guys are, right now you can see they're getting rid of all the dust that could be a bond breaker from the drying patches.
Yeah, we're seeing some really good teamwork between both teams for sure.
Agreed.
You want to just we'll worry about that edge when we skim it, right?
I can work on it a little bit.
Okay. I'm about to myself here. We gotta go.
Challengers, you are 3/4 of the way through your competition. Keep pushing, we're almost there.
You gotta get just a little too thick here.
With the railing repair, you wouldn't use a concrete to patch that. You should probably use like a grout mix, right? I mean, the grout's not gonna shrink.
Okay, this is interesting. They've used ProMix concrete repair to fill in that hole. And they mixed it to a grout consistency so it's flowable. Here's the thing. They've found a loophole. Part of the special blend of that material, those cements are actually non-shrink. It is a viable alternative. The second thing is, even though he's using the one that's really designed for 1/4 inch up to 6 inches, it doesn't break any rules either. You notice I asked, he's keeping it inside the cup, inside the indentation. So they're not breaking a feather edge rule. So that specific use in that case, it's not the best decision, but it works.
Did you get that form on there?
No, it's cool. Huh? It's cool. I'm gonna get in a little bit. I'm just letting it dry for a little bit.
Tíralo ahí and just dump it in there. Let it spill up by itself.
Yeah.
Oh, I put it in there so I can get it quick.
Now, this is interesting, what we're getting ready to see.
I wonder if they're going to fill it up to the top of it, or they're going to leave it shy of the top.
He's already built it to where a lot of the mass is correctly layered. Now, they're biting the bullet and going for it. He's putting on a form. The beauty of that material, he can be totally free with his consistency here because he's got a form. The whole key is timing now. If they pull it too soon, they're gonna lose the whole thing, it'll sag.
Did they screw the form to it?
No, it's free form sitting there. They built an L and they're setting it using the steps to hold it as pressure, and they built a stack of wood to hold the other side. Pretty ingenious using what scraps you got on hand.
Where did you guys learn that? Where's that from, man? It's just improvising, I guess, really.
Need something to put on it though? Yeah, one of those. Let me see that.
How the hell did I lose a trowel? How do I lose a trowel sitting here?
I have no idea, dude. We have another trowel.
Just get it on here. I'll do the sponging.
When I pulled the form off, I was just hoping that it wasn't gonna completely fall off. I knew I did the mix a little bit more wet than I'm supposed to, so I was a little concerned on it pulling off or sticking to the form and pulling off as I took it off.
Here comes the magic.
Oh,
whoop, nope, there goes the
just
magic.
stuck to it. Yeah, we'll see if he can get that fixed in time.
All right, combatants, you're down to your final 5 minutes.
Woo! Push
Keep
on,
working,
push.
Keep pushing. 5 minutes, guys.
Careful with this form. Make sure you get a nice coat and not skim it up. I'll float it over or sponge it out.
I can't believe we've got less than 5 minutes left.
This suspense is killing me.
Where's that bonding agent? Thank you, sir. Damn these knees.
Mike, just mix it really wet.
Yeah.
1 minute warning. This is your 1 minute warning. Keep pushing, we're almost there. Great work, guys.
Boy, these guys are cutting it close on time with pulling that form. They're gonna,
I know, that's
they're
what I
getting
mean.
it right down to the last minute here. That if it falls off when he pulls that form, I mean, that's gonna be a make or break deal right there.
It is, for sure.
The last minute of the competition, I'm feeling a little nervous on it. I'm just hoping that everything comes out accordingly and not completely fall off.
The screen
doesn't want it to stick. Beautiful.
I don't know.
These edges are rough as shit, but I just don't know if there's anything we can do with them.
You just put a nick in it.
I did? Yeah. Oh, it wouldn't be fun if it wasn't interesting. If it comes down to the edges, we've lost this deal, dude.
Mike, bring me the water. Hurry up.
Time is up in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Just a little bit right there.
2, and 1.
Right
Tools down.
Oh.
Great work, guys.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Woo.
Great job, by
Good job, dude.
man.
Great job.
Good job, good job, good job.
Solid.
All right, Dave.
Almost there.
Great work, guys. We're gonna give you some time to catch your breath. We're gonna let these cure for a little while, and then the judges will be back to review. Really nice job, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Great job, great job.
Combatants, welcome back to the Concrete Coliseum. We've given your work some time to cure, and now the judges will step into the field to review. Judges, let's start here with the work of Jonathan and Israel.
I was concerned and I was a little nervous on what they were gonna say and how they were gonna critique what we were doing, but I was confident enough to also know that we kind of knew what we were doing too, so.
So, judges, what do we think?
Guys, what materials did you use to do this set of repair?
We used the concrete repair and the all-purpose as well.
Guys, what I really like is how well you work together as a team. Nice finish on this. Good job, guys.
So we see, looking down here at this patch here,
I was very satisfied that it stayed and everything looked great besides just that little bottom corner.
what do you guys think happened right here would cause this cracking and this potential void that we see?
Well, I initially started off with the dryer mix, started kind of pressing it on there to mold it out. And then the last part of it, I used a little bit more wetter. It was when I took the form off, I knew it was kind of still too wet to go at it then. Like I said, I'm very detail oriented, so it bugs me to see it. I wish I had a little bit more time just to work that bottom corner.
Good job. You did it within the hour, and I know you had to hustle to do that. Overall, great job, guys, and best of luck with the judgment coming up.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Judges, let's step over now and let's check out the work by Mike and David.
As the judges approached to review our work, did we really utilize the material the way that it was designed for? Did we apply it properly?
All right, so judges.
So same question I asked those guys. Exactly what materials did you use to do this project?
We used the fast-setting cement patch along with pea gravel, especially on the big chip on the corner. And everything that we patched or rubbed basically got hit with bonding agent, as well as the bonding agent mixed in with the water in the mixing process.
Okay.
I chose to use bonding agent in with the material on this challenge because I knew we were going to take it down to a level where this product really wasn't designed.
The stuff we used for the patches was fine. I think we might not have picked the perfect product for the skim coat we went over the top, so it was a little bit too sandy, it was a little rough. I think we were in pretty good shape, or I was just a little bit concerned about the finish was a little bit rough.
Guys, you got a really nice looking finish on this. As a fellow contractor, I really appreciated how hard you guys worked to get this done in the allotted time slot. Nice job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Time was certainly a challenge.
Yeah.
Coming up the vertical repairs, were there any challenges that you faced?
The biggest challenge was that corner there, because it was so large, but I think by putting the aggregate in there, it kept it from sagging.
Speaking of that corner, let me put my eye on it.
All right.
Guys, I watched you do it, and that was a huge honker. You did it free form.
Yep.
So, wonderful job. That is quite the
Thank you.
challenge in itself.
Thank you both. I think we have everything we need now to head back over to our table and start the deliberation. Both teams Really nice work today. We know how difficult this challenge was. We'll now have you step out of the Coliseum as the judges return to our table for deliberation.
I'm satisfied with what we accomplished. So whatever direction this goes, I'm good because I knew we gave 110%.
Wow, guys, that's all I can say. I think we had a really great competition today. Two great teams finished at basically exactly the same time, so speed isn't even really a factor to consider this time around. What are your thoughts?
Well, I got to start with two demerits for both teams. Neither team took any protection of their hands. No gloves, they're sticking their hands in fast setting material. It really bothered me. The second issue, both teams failed the issue of setting the rail. Over here, we had the fast setting cement patcher with pea gravel. Granted, that's like concrete, but concrete shrinks. That rail's going to wiggle. These guys accidentally used the material that could be correct. The Pro Mix has some non-shrink properties with the cement. But right here in front of everybody is anchoring cement that's used for those rails.
Well, watching Jonathan and Israel, what I really appreciated about them was how well they worked together as a team. You could tell they were brothers out there and they worked together and they knew exactly what each other was going to do. And then with Mike and David over here, these guys worked really, really hard to finish this project, and their steps come out looking really nice.
I think that's a great point. Jonathan and Israel were working really good together. About 30 minutes in, I thought it was a no-brainer. Their stairs were looking a lot better than Mike and David's. At the end, it came down to the wire, everyone finishing at the same time. Ultimately, Jonathan and Israel's stair, the crack section at the side, just isn't structurally sound, whereas Mike and David's functionally will be a long-term repair.
My problem with Mike and David is they used fast setting cement patcher, and yes, they fortified it with a priming bonding agent, absolutely. But the instructions are clearly that material is for 1/4 of an inch up to 2 inches, and they used it for the entire project. All these other materials were available to them, and they only choose to use that. That bothers me. I can't stand by that. With that said, it's interesting to note that when you look at the cost, the Pro Mix materials, by the time we add them together, and then we add the 2 bottles of the bond strength primer to the fast setting patcher, those things are within pennies of each other. So cost to cost, it worked out the same.
Yeah, but Dirk, I mean, as a contractor, I can't honestly walk away from that and think I'm gonna get paid. This set of stairs came out beautiful. With that bonding agent, I would say this is gonna hold up.
That is a very valid point, Mike.
Well, I think it's safe to say that this is the closest race that we've seen in the Concrete Coliseum. But obviously, there can only be one winner. So what do you guys think? Are we able to make that choice?
It's not a unanimous decision from all the judges' standpoint, and I think we do have a decision.
All right, let's bring our contestants back in. Combatants, before we deliver our verdict, just a quick reminder of the criteria considered when we were discussing your work. Execution. Did you choose the proper materials? Did you properly mix and apply these materials? And did you use proper site prep techniques? Speed. How quickly were you able to complete your project? Cost. How much would your step repair cost in the real world? And finally, overall aesthetic. Just how good does your step repair look? With all of these factors considered, the judges have made a very, very difficult decision.
That set of steps was freaking screwed. I'm pretty damn proud of what we accomplished in 60 minutes.
Our winner today is...
I knew some of the details that we were trying to finish and complete, they weren't complete. So that's just my main concern, and that's the nervous part about it.
And you know, we did everything we could do. I felt really confident that we did a good job.
David and Mike, congratulations, guys.
Good job, guys.
Good job, guys.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
Great job.
When I'm hearing the judge's final verdict, my first initial thought is validation. We kicked ass to do something that nobody can do in an hour, and we killed it.
When you go on a concrete job, I don't care what you're doing, it's going to turn into a competition, and we wanted to win.
I was just glad to even have a competitor that I felt was even on our level to even be competing with.
Israel and Jonathan, I can easily say this has been the toughest challenge that we've seen here in the Coliseum, and the decision was not unanimous. We're so thankful for you guys being with us here competing. You're obviously very talented at what you do.
Thank you.
Winning today's event was a great experience. We've been doing this together for a long time.
But you know what we do for a living, it's every day's pressure because you're always under time constraints.
100%.
It's a tough business.
I feel good.
great.
Feel good.
Feel good.
It was tough, and these guys did a good job, so we feel blessed to have won.
Concrete repair is really not what we do on a day-to-day basis, and we crushed that challenge. So whoever we're up against in the semifinals better watch out. We're ready to go.
Thanks for watching Concrete Combat.